Hello. I feel like it's been a long time since I talk on the camera. It's weird. I'm having a full blown anxiety day today, so I got out of bed around 5:30 in the evening. So it's around 20 to 8 now. I'm still bright because it's January still. And today I think it was 28 or something, but the UV index was pretty moderate, so it didn't feel as hot because when I was in my room, usually if it's really hot, like if the UV index is really high, um, I get the feeling of I'm being boiled inside, but I didn't. It felt cold, or maybe it's just my anxiety. My anxiety basically making my whole body feel really icy, and I can't. I just have that feeling of like all my nerves are open and it's so vulnerable and fragile, like it's going to, like one touch and my whole body is going to be also I cut my bangs. That's why it's gonna look weird. um I do this every year. um I cut it very short and then it grows and then it comes back. um really couldn't. Oh, they've got a dog in that apartment. People are getting lots of dogs, maybe for Christmas or something. I'm seeing lots of dogs around. I should get a dog, but I can't afford anything. Can't afford a dog. What about if they need a vet, which they do? I want them to go to the vet if they get sick or something. But I feel like a lot of people actually don't think about that. They just think selfishly about themselves, which I really am jealous of. Um, I feel like with anxiety, my nerves are opened and it's just so sensitive. It's as if that something can just slightly touch it and that it will just go berserk. And feel like when I'm having anxiety, I am bracing for bad things to happen to me. And I can't shake it off. I can't shake the feeling. It feels like as a premonition, like a bad premonition, like things are just going to keep make me suffer, and I never had the opportunity to kind of come back and build myself up. And I can't complain to other people as well. I can't ask for help in the real world because the solution is probably very typical. Either you get a job or you find someone else to talk to, or I try to reach out to some people, and after a certain point you can't really do it because you don't you see this look in their eyes like this motherfucker loser. When is she going to get a grip on her life? When she's going to get it together? And I think after 42 years I feel like I'm accepting the fact that I might not get my life together ever. And it's this very, this might be an emotional video, so because I'm very fragile at the moment, very anxious. Um because it's like I'm not disabled enough to be judged as disabled, but I'm not healthy so that I can actually perform at the normal level that people can perform. Um, and a lot of people perform their lives simply, even when they're sick and when they're in pain, like they just push through. Um, it's like when they are in pain, they reach out for help and they harass their doctors and asking why is this not happening? Why is this still pain? That's normal. But for me, it just, I can't navigate that. Like if I'm in pain and then I ask for help and the help is being dismissive or not being helpful at all, I tend to withdraw and not seek help anymore because it takes too much hit to the nervous system. Like I can't spend that energy to regulate other people because I need that to make sure that I'm not going to suffer too much. I feel like whatever I say is gonna sound like an excuse, and my brain is just like circling, and then it just take the shortcut. It goes back to ideation again. And I'm like, oh, just die already. I feel like younger people probably relate to it a lot more. I feel like dark humor doesn't really travel much in the adult world as much. Also, this is limes from the garden that I squeezed, like 3 limes. It's pretty good for summer. I love it. My favorite is key limes. If you crush it with sugar and then you just, put boiling water and then you chill it in the fridge, it is so good. But I didn't put any sugar. Also dreamt about a ghost last night. This morning. It was so scary. It was like, I don't know, I was like in the middle of nowhere in the field, and then the field, like all the grass were chopped off. It wasn't really grass, it was more like really tall plants, like, maybe lemongrass that really grew really tall, that kind of plant, like very shrubby type of plants. I don't know. I don't have the vocabularies for plants, okay? And then it's all chopped off, and then when you chopped off you can see like there are spots of greens, and the outer rings of the shrubs are like really pale, so they died, but the green are still alive. And then it's like, there is a path in between these shrubs or in between this grass or whatever, and then on that path, like ghosts walked out, like starting to walk towards me. I'm like at the end of that path, like I'm like at the main road or something. And then that that ghost kind of walked towards me, and I freaked out a little bit and just backed off and allowed the ghost just to walk past me. It was scary actually. But I know like talking it out loud now makes it sounds really silly. But I was like, okay, is it coming towards me? Oh no, what do I need to do? And when I opened my eyes, it was still dark, so I was like scared. I was like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Like, oh, is there, like, am I being haunted? Like, is there a ghost here? When I was a kid, like ghost stories is what I was afraid the most. Um, but now I feel like not having money is probably the worst fear. um, Adulthood. Reality is a lot scarier than ghost stories. Um, it's weird. Like right now, I'm trying to read Heated Rivalry. Heated Rivalry. I don't know how to pronounce it. Rivalry. Heated Rivalry, which is, a gay hockey romance that is currently big on online, especially on TikTok. That's how I got to know it. So I watched it like the full 6 episodes yesterday, and it was good. And it because it was based on books, so I'm starting to read the books. Now I'm starting to read book one specifically for this particular couple, because apparently there are like 6 books so far, and there are gonna be 7 books. And it's for different couples for like different books. Um, so I'm just trying to read that. Like in the past, this would have excited me so much, but because I started my Fujioshi journey in like 2021, 2022, probably like around September. I don't know, 21 or 22, with Untamed. That's how I got into the BL kind of gay romance, but it started out with that, like with a danmei, which is a very specific genre that is currently blowing up, right? Like, but I've been in this community, not in the community, but I've been in the area for about 4 or 5 years now, which is what got me back into reading comic books again, which I used to when I was a kid. Um, so my But now, like, there is a current explosion of Fujioshi up on TikTok, which is, basically straight women gobbling up this gay hockey romance story up. Um, it's a very specific genre, which is like Fujoshi means like straight women who is so in love with the genre of BL, which is boys love, which is gay romance, and smut, also smut, because you can't separate gay romance without the smut bit. Um, and it follows very much the standard cliche of a BL, which is they started off usually as very sexual and then slowly feelings crept up, and now they have to deal with the feeling stuff, which is usually the way the plot moves. And also it's about yearning, it's about finding the person that your heart kind of wanted to build life with, and is very, when you first started going into the genre, it's very new. It's very fresh, and there's a lot of juicy aspect to it. But now, after about 4 or 5 years into the reading a lot of the materials, maybe I'm not as excited as the new people that just got introduced, because like it's basically a genre about, for written by women for women in general, by using not using, but like by writing for gay romance. So the subjects are mostly male to male. So, which I think has no, I don't have problems, because I think there's a lot of writers out there who basically write for like romantic genre for women, but they're men and it's not working out properly, which is what the mainstream is about. So no complaint. And I don't know, I think it's also probably would be good for the gay community, but I could be patronizing there. But because it's not all about sex, it's not about, you just want romance, something that is good, something that is angst a little bit in the middle, but at the end you want a happy ending. You want a resolution that makes the couple feel they're fully human and they're fully people that you can relate to in real life somehow. Not in this particular one, because they both are hockey players at the top of their game, so they are multimillionaires, extremely attractive, so they have no qualms of having sexual partners to sleep with. So that bit is a bit unrealistic. Um, So yeah, so I'm trying to distract myself by reading Heated Rivalry in the book form, like in the written form, which is a bit hard now because there's TikTok. Because I get distracted, like suddenly I have ADHD, which I didn't before. I think, I don't know. I feel like I used to have a longer concentration, because I remember reading Harry Potter book 5, which is this thick, in 2 days. So I felt like I could have immersed myself so much before. But now I'm very scattered. And it was the same when it was like Twilight or Hunger Games. I did that too. Like in the past, it was so much easier to kind of just stay and when read and from start to finish. Now I don't even finish like actual books. I was writing in the vlog that I felt impaired lately, and I feel like I am impaired, but I feel like I'm not impaired enough to be eligible for help. But at the same time, I don't want to damage myself to the degree where it is permanent enough so that I can ask for help. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to receive help by damaging myself further. I want to receive help in this state so I can go towards a better situation. The hardest bit about being or divergent. Well, in being me or being autistic, in this case, me, is I don't have the vocabularies that I need to describe my experience because there's a lot of things that I don't know what to say because I don't even know what I'm feeling. I'm not sure what I'm experiencing. I'm trying these days to stick to physical experiences that are actually happening. Like, I'm having, like, the top of my skull is it's really breezy and really windy and actually a bit cold. It's not cold cold, but it's a bit cold. But anyway, like the top of my head can feel like this tingling, and my whole limbs are tingling, and it feel as if it's paralyzed also. And my stomach, my gut is icy, and my heart is racing, and I'm feeling as if that disaster is gonna strike me. Bad news is going to come to me, and things are just going to happen badly towards me, and my circumstances is kept getting worse. Like the catastrophizing is back, and I don't like that bit because it was a bit like it was off bay for a little bit, and but now it's back, and I don't like it. And I also feel like it's weird, but I don't know. I feel I just want life to get better, and it's not getting better, and I don't know what to do. It might be better tomorrow. So this is a very temporary thing. This is like a state of beingness right now. Is the only state that I have right now. So I'm just trying to get myself out of this state by talking and by just chatting and not try to mask it too much, I guess. I'm feel like today my self shaming and self blaming and self criticizing voice is back in my head. I am telling myself a lot of things that I really shouldn't. Things like, you are, you're just putting down myself a lot because I can't figure out in my life how to get it together and stuff. It's probably a lie, but when you are in a very negative state of being, it's almost there is no defense to it. There is no defense. There is no voice that is counteracting or counterattacking these negative voices. Like maybe if I were in a good space, I would probably would say, "Oh, get lost." Get lost to these voices. Like, things will get better. I don't believe you. I don't believe what you're saying to me. We'll figure it out. Like, there are always gonna be good things happening. Right now, things are not happening because maybe there's a lot of things that people need to figure out before they can come to me and stuff like that. But I'm not buying it. I feel like it sounds like a lie to comfort myself. Life isn't always pleasant, but I don't know if I can keep going, to be honest. It's just too much existential dread. Oh, dear God. I'm trying to come up with an idea and, like, oh, how am I going to make more money? And I don't think I'm going to. I don't think I'm gonna apply for jobs anymore, but at the same time, I still need to come up with something. But my brain is not coming up with anything. There is a kid that is throwing a tantrum. I feel wrong. I feel like my existence is wrong. Like even right now, the weather is so perfect. It's perfect. It's not too cold. It's not 16 degrees is around what 21 degrees, and the wind is blowing. It is a bit strong, but it's medium strong, so it's still not that strong, so it's still just enough to be enjoyed, um, and strong enough to make as if that the temperature is cooler than it actually is. And the palette of the sky is blue, and there are patches of sky of clouds are basically flying and moving because there are wind, so it's moving at a very rapid rate, I think, but because I am watching it from here, it looks like it's going like an inch per second, so it's pretty strong, but it's not like it's moving like that, it's moving like this. So it's moving at a steady rate, and it's pretty, it's really pretty. So I feel like I shouldn't be complaining about my life, because life is so beautiful, because the sky is so beautiful, the cloud is so beautiful, the temperature is beautiful, the skin is beautiful. Even this unsugared, unsweetened lime water is tastes great. So I have inputs in my sensory system that says life is beautiful, except for that screaming child right now. And yet I feel like there is a lion that is chasing me and ready to pounce and rip apart my guts so that it can feast in onto like in my entrails. That sounds like I'm a victim. It sounds like I'm a prey. That's what it feels like. I feel like I'm being preyed upon. That's sort of what I'm feeling. Like I'm feeling I'm being preyed upon. I don't like it. I guess that's what I kind of wanted to come to the conclusion, is that my nervous system is trying to tell me that I'm a target. Maybe that's why it's acting up like that. Maybe. There you go. Vulnerable. Maybe I'm not really good at being vulnerable. I can cry and stuff. That doesn't make me feel vulnerable, I guess. I don't know. What does make me feel vulnerable? Should I? Also, my gray hair is here more than it has. Like it always have had gray hair ever since in my 20s, but now in my 40s, my gray hair is basically saying we are not going anywhere. We are going to multiply now. Thank you very much. The thing is, I don't mind about the color of the gray hair. What I do mind is the texture of the gray hair. It's as if that it has a very different texture than the color, the pigmented hair. Like it's not a good texture. It doesn't have the same, see, like it doesn't have the same texture as the black hair. I try to get to take multivitamins, so that I because the multivitamin from Aldi has copper, and it says basically, because they say it's like if you have like gray hair, it's because you are deficient in copper and like micro minerals basically. um I think talking like this actually helps. I can feel like my nervous system is calming down, hopefully. And I am looking forward to keep reading. I hope I keep reading Heated Rivalry, like the book anyway, like the actual literature, not the. I don't know. I'm not really into watching the TV series as much. It was good. I watched it, and like it was like the people were so obsessed about it, so I tried to watch it again. But I'm not as obsessed as I would have been probably about 5 6 years ago, maybe. So I guess I don't know. I'm trying to Actually, what I like about this whole thing is like now I'm fixating in the character of Ilya Rozanov. I'm not fixating in Shane Hollander. Yeah, I think so. So in all this kind of dynamic, I feel I always relate more to the top of the in the relationship. So the masculine in the relationship usually, and I'm fixated in how like I don't know if I'm attracted to or I want to become the top. But that will create a problem because that means I have to attract male bottom, which is going to be a very different conversation, and I don't think I have the nervous system to handle that kind of conversation at all. It'll be very difficult. Um, but yeah, so I think for right now, my fixation with the Russian fictional character of Ilya Rozanov is enough to get me distracted from my current anxiety. If any of you are female and into reading, like into and you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm pretty sure you do. Like if you are here and you're chronically online like me, I'm pretty sure it has come across your feed. So yeah, my favorite scene of Ilya Rozanov was definitely the Las Vegas scene when he was on the chair and Shane was basically in on the bed and he's basically doing his dom personality and being very, very sexy and instructing Shane about what to do, and it's really attractive. So well done. I'm not sure if I am actually like behaving or my attraction is actually normal or it's more this admiration towards the scene itself, the way the lighting is being set up. It's so perfect. It creates a very intense photo effect that makes all the profile on the actor's face and character pops and it oozes dominance in that sense, even though they're still young and stuff. And I feel is executed really well. I'm more jealous of the way it's actually being executed really well. Like the frame, like the scenes itself is like a good perfection. So it's I guess I think I am more fixated on the art, the whole thing as an art piece itself as rather than having a crush on the actors or having yeah, because like that was what it was in the past. Probably I probably would have gotten down the rabbit hole of going down the actors personal life. Oh my god, so attracted to this, blah blah blah. But now I'm like so fixated on the art piece itself, like on the characters themselves, on the way this actor execute this character, on the way the cinematographer and is shooting the scene, the way the director's choices, maybe with how the scene is acting up. Even the sexual scenes are so beautifully done. Like you can see the composition on the screen and the amount of flash being portrayed on the scene. Like there is a structure to it that makes it pretty, very beautiful. And it is, I guess, like maybe I've gone, maybe I read too much of the genre itself, the genre of the BL and the gay smut too much for the past 4 5 years that it like the sexual aspect is kind of like already gone. What I appreciate now is the way it is composed. It's as if that I'm more interested in how it is done from the perspective of the artist and yeah, so from the perspective of the actor, from the perspective of the director, from the perspective of the cinematographer, from that aspect to make this piece. And also now I'm reading like from the perspective of the writer, so it is I guess I ruined it for myself, I guess, for reading all these things because I no longer receive the same intensity as I used to when I first got back into the genre. And because I know what to expect, like the feeling is intense, is yearning, is desire, is this feeling of I want this person to be mine and I want this person to choose to stay by themselves, to choose me by their own volition without me forcing anything. Is that feeling of vulnerability, of course, of am I just a toy for you? Are you playing with my feelings? But at the same time now, because I'm watching it as a sober type of person, meaning like, not drunk by the by the by the feelings and emotions that this supposedly create in the female audience target, which is me. Um so because I'm not drunk with that oxytocin probably, or dopamine, or whatever hormones that is supposed to be being generated by watching these two lovers yearn for each other, it's like, oh, is my question becomes, oh, but these people, these characters are basically having casual sex with women so that they can verify to themselves that what they're feeling is um real towards each other. And I, as a woman, suddenly, because I'm not, not as drowning into the hormones of star-crossed lover, I'm questioning, like, are they victims now? Are they victims of these men trying to being secure in their own sexuality, trying to make sure that they are comfortable with this male to male relationship? You know, it's not a big kind of discomfort by any means, but it is definitely there. In the past, I would probably not question it at all. I probably still fixated on these two characters as the protagonists, so as the heroes of the story. But now I'm thinking, why are women being used as if that they are, I don't know, just background actors, background insignificant characters, and I don't particularly enjoy that bit. I don't know. It's a question. Anyway, enough rambling for today. If you wanna hear more random ramblings about nothing and about my miserable life and mental state, click like and subscribe and support me at coffee.com/Ballerine. All the links is in the description below. If you watched Heated Rivalry or read it and wanna discuss, you can do it in the comments. Also, I probably won't answer any comments about how to improve my life. In theory, I know how. It's just difficult and actually action it, and that's what the whole problem is in my life. I just come here to vent. I'll see you later. Bye, everyone.